middle of the corridor that they suddenly all dropped down from the ceiling and activated. Before that, they were completely inert and just corpses. And now you are at the bend of a corridor and find yourself in front of a door.
I think it might have been Topaz making the point last time that we haven't explored other parts. Did we want to keep going in this direction, or was there people that wanted to look in other directions?
Well, I think we were trying to establish that we weren't going towards the exit at the moment. The exit is supposedly in a different direction. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we actually decided that we wanted to keep going in this direction.
Whatever you want to do, it's all up to you guys. I'm just here to explain to explain what you see when you go in a certain direction.
Yeah, if that's the case, I'm cool with heading down this way.
Yeah. I mean, is it locked? Also, we should really be careful about walking through a hallway full of zombies.
What you see before you is a door made of heavy bronze. And no, it does not appear to be locked.
Well, even if, I don't know, I feel like there might be traps everywhere around here. Noxie, would you mind taking a peek at that door?
She nods. And she goes to take a peek.
Alrighty. So, roll me investigation. Sorry. Ugh. Forgot to say that. Forgot to say that out loud. Alright. You go over, you look around at the door, and no, you can't find any traps on it.
Okay. I'm going to open it then and look through.
You peer into a room and see two divans with perfectly preserved corpses laying on top of them. All the doors bordering this lozenge-shaped room appear to be made out of heavy bronze, and you see colorful glyphs that are scribed against the western wall. And once again, west is, because it's weird alignment, west is in... come on, where's my northwest thing here? There we go. West is this wall over here. In the middle of the chamber, you see that there are two stone divans, each with a human figure stretched out on it. Between the two divans is a low, still table holding a flask and two goblets, all made of crystal. At the bottom of the crystal flask is a quantity of silver dust. The figures on the divans are a male and a female, each about middle-aged and perfectly preserved. They are very still, dust-covered and apparently dead. Their bodies are covered with dry snakeskin. The female is wearing a silver bracelet and holds what looks like an ivory wand. The male has an amulet of electrum resting on his chest, inset with a red stone of considerable size.
I can cast Detect Magic before we touch anything.
Okay.
I would like to ritual cast it and take 10 minutes to do it, but I don't know how long you guys can keep your hands off things. So I think I'm just going to cast Detect Magic as an action.
Okay, you're going to cast Detect Magic. As soon as you do, both bodies light up. And you see that it is actually some kind of spell on the two of them. They're not actually dead. They're in some kind of suspended animation.
I say that out loud.
1 second.
It's my best choice to cast Detect Magic instead of ritually casting it. because I would have totally touched them.
So the magic is not coming from them, but it's rather like the magic is on them.
Well, they themselves are not magical, but they are clearly under an enchantment. One
Okay.
that when you take a look at the detect magic, you get the sense that if you get too close to them, that spell is going to drop and they're going to wake up.
I also say that immediately. Give them a wide berth. Is there anything
Why?
else in the room?
Are they dangerous?
Well, I can only imagine in a place like this where a bunch of zombies came to life that if we come across these two who were, I feel like they're being protected. I don't know. I've heard stories about like powerful people when they die, they're like enshrined and protected by powerful magic. I don't know. Just stories. But stories come from some form of truth. So, if we are going to, disturb them, we should be wary of that.
Finger my spear. Well, there's an easy solution.
Yes, but we should do that carefully. Also, is there anything else in the room before we poke zombies that who knows how powerful they are?
Let me see.
What are these glyphs?
They again appear to be in a language that you do not understand. Basically, it looks like the same sort of language you've seen around in other rooms.
I'm a bit dum-dum. I forgot I have comprehend languages. I can cast that.
You do?
So
You have
that-
comprehend languages. Excellent.
I do. Before I do that, because I think I will. Would I lose detect magic? No, it's not.
No.
Not concentration.
They can stack. Both I think last for only a set amount of time, though.
So before I cast it, is there anything else in the room that's magical?
Let me double check. Oh, yes. The potion itself is also magical. It appears to be some kind of magical poison, but not in the I'm going to do damage to you type of way. It seems that it's whatever is causing these two to be in suspended animation.
I'm gonna relay that to the group that the potion, the magic coming from that potion is almost identical to the magic around these two folks.
You don't think they did it to themselves, right?
I'm thinking they did it to themselves.
Why though?
Some people like to play with immortality, maybe.
What if they're really cool? Well, let's not totally rule that out. They might just be cool guys.
In this place?
And they're
Guarded
just
by 15 zombies.
I mean, why would you leave yourself vulnerable like this?
Anyways, beside the point, what does that say?
Okay, so I'll go ahead and ritual cast detect magic.
Okay.
I mean, comprehend languages.
As soon as you cast comprehend languages, you kind of you still see the glyphs in your mind in front of you, but it kind of becomes overlaid all of a sudden with common, only for you, of course. And it reads, "Beware, many-eyed God will bring down a fiery death."
I read it out loud as the words appear, and then I look up at the ceiling. Is there anything that looks like fire is going to come down?
You look around at the ceiling, and it just looks like a standard ceiling. There's not even any, pictures or anything like that up there. No interesting art, nothing. It just looks like a standard ceiling.
Okay. So, fire. Unless that's figurative. Would I know what the many-eyed god would be referring to?
You say it out and then you tell us what it says.
Yeah, I read it out loud.
So can I Can I roll a religion check to see if I can figure out who the many-eyed god is?
Sure. Let me figure out to see if it actually has a note as to what it is. But yeah, it's like, there are a lot of gods, and plenty of gods play with fire, just to rain down death. It's a common way of, like, destroying things and resetting things. Fire and flood and, perpetual darkness. All things like that tend to... So really, it could be anyone.
Okay. Excuse me.
Okay, so the writing on the wall was no help at all.
Not particularly, other than I think we can rule out them being nice guys.
Well, there's zealots, or they were put there by zealots. But if they drank whatever that is themselves, it sounds like you said, they were trying to be immortal or something, in which case they're zealots.
For a better
I'm not real big on zealots.
What if they were taken as sacrifices instead?
There's only one way to find out.
I mean,
What?
looking at them closer, is any marks of violence on them at all, or are they just laying here?
Roll a medicine check.
We'd have to wake them up to find out.
Maybe I am good.
Doing a cursory exam, just standing over and watching them without touching them,
Right.
they look perfectly preserved, perfectly fine, as if they just laid down and time froze around them.
Yeah. See, no, there's no marks of struggle on them. They weren't put here unless they were drugged or something ahead of time.
Some sort of charm magic, perhaps.
What's on that table? Is that where the vial is?
Let's see. On the table, you see a flask, 2 goblets. They're all both made of crystal. Inside the flask is a quantity of silver dust. The 2 goblets are empty. They're also placed in positions that the people laying on the divans would have been able to pick them up, hold them, drink from them, and put them back down again.
Yeah, see, look, they drank this stuff.
Sure, that doesn't really describe their motive, though.
Right.
They live in a house full of zombies. Who cares what their motive is? There's something wrong with them.
They were charmed somehow, perhaps.
Place gives me the creeps. Are we checking these other doors, or are we just going to stand in here all day and wonder why they did this to themselves? I still say if we just spear them now, we save ourselves the trouble later.
Don't disagree.
They may be allies. They may be allies, though. That's the only issue I have with it.
Do you really want... Okay. Anyone who would do that to themselves in a room with that on the wall, I'm not so certain I want them as an ally.
Well, I guess I vote that we check out some of the other doors. We could always come back here and spear these guys or make friends with them.
Oxia holds up a sign. I vote that as well.
Okay. Beyond my area of expertise, that's for sure.
Or as an expert.
Expert in what?
Undead things.
Not yet.
True. I do feel uneasy in this room. If we're not going to, get on with it, I would like to move someplace.
Aren't you supposed to kiss them or something? Isn't that one of your land dweller fairy tales?
Close. At least where I'm from, not exactly, but close.
And then they turn into a frog or something. I can't keep all of them straight. turn into dwarves or something.
Well, ours is that it's just a woman that's asleep, and then when you kiss her, she wakes up, and then she eats
And then
your
she's
face.
got really long hair.
That's a different one.
Saved by some woodsman.
That's a different
Nice.
one.
Who's
Okay,
kissing
then
a woman when they're asleep? That's fucked up. What kind of stories have you been?
I know. I know. Tell me about it.
Oh,
Land
History is
dwellers.
fascinating. But also, can we please leave this room? If we're
Land
not gonna-
dwellers have really strange kinks. Is there anything on either of these doors, the double ones or this one? That's
No, they're just made out of out of bronze, but they're not decorated in any way.
okay. Well, I'm gonna stand here and look at the doors because I'm not a trap person, and I'm not gonna get blamed for another 15 zombies.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at this door for traps.
All right, investigation, please. All right, you look at the door. It's neither trapped nor locked.
All right, I will open.
You peer down a long corridor that turns west in the end.
Great, more hallway. Just what I wanted. More hallway. Don't double doors usually lead to rooms? Maybe we ought to look behind these first.
I don't think this is gonna be trapped. I'm just gonna open them.
Creak. And you see another, but shorter hallway.
What a waste of stone. Who builds things like this? I'm going through the ward.
They want to seem impressive.
Yay, more hallway and more doors. Yay. Noxie, get up here.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. This is making me laugh so much.
I'm opening it slowly, but with like keeping an eye out for like any traps. And if there's like a very scary monster behind the door, I'm closing the door.
Alright. So, as soon as you start inching open the door, a horrific smell assails your senses. It's bad and it's really bitter, and it's just, oh my god, that stench. It's horrible.
Rank, who did that?
Do you wish to keep opening the door?
Is that you, Noxie, or is that...
She points into the room and she continues to open it a little bit more.
And
Ow!
Oh my god!
things start turning towards you.
Close the door.
Yeah, Noxie closes the door upon seeing creatures.
You hear a couple thuds as a few of the skittering creatures, having seen you, just come up and start bashing against the door.
Do we need to go through there?
Well, that's terrifying.
From what I saw, was there any other exit in that room, or was it just a dead end?
Roll a perception check. Let's see what you saw before.
I thought I saw another door, or it was a door to something, but it might have been another.
Noxie, your eyes were just drawn to the garbage pile and all of the giant beetles.
I definitely saw a door, but I couldn't tell where it went.
Well, if we peek the door open, I can cast a spell through it to give us an advantage to start
You
off
open
with.
it now, they're going to be all up on it.
Yeah,
What do you think that-
there's still some slight vibrations coming from that brass door.
The hell were they?
What do you think the chances are that other hallway leads to the same room? We could pincer move.
We are very good at that if that's the case.
What other hallway? The one down? Yeah, I don't know.
The one to the west.
Maybe.
It seemed to go down a long way.
Noxie nods. It was at least a lot farther than this room is.
Yeah. I mean, if we just like crack the door open. Both Lobu and I can cast spells through it.
Here, if we're going to be opening the door, maybe me and somebody strong, Dread, maybe should be managing.
This is why I just prefer a war. Pirates. You know who your enemies are. I know how these stories always go. We're going to have to go through the room with the stinky dead things. Pretty much guarantee it.
I mean, it's pretty clear who our enemies are here.
Alright, so. You open the door?
I prepare a crossbolt and I aim it towards the door.
Yeah, I'm preparing to cast Entangle.
Alright, so that means that, let's see, two of you have prepared actions, which means you get to go in initiative order first. So the two of you, please roll initiative. There are several enemies that are ready and waiting to strike at you as soon as you open the door, so they also get a chance to roll to be on initial, not exactly surprise round, but instant battle thing, because these things basically see if it actually gets a chance to hurt you before you get the chance to secure them. Okay. Let's see. So it's going to start with.
Can we all ready actions that are able to, or?
Yeah. And you can get yourself on initiative order if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm just getting my net out.
Okay. Oops. If that's the case, this one also gets attacked because it's right there. I guess I'll just roll initiative for yeah. So Volan and Dread, you're opening the door. That's your action, so you don't get a turn this turn. Noxie and Lobu, you guys get to go. What do you do?
All right. Well, I'm gonna fire at the first
This one?
thing I see. Yeah, that one.
All right. Go for it. That's a hit. It's blown backwards and dies in a pile, its legs twitching in the air. Lubu?
I'm going to cast Aqua Bolt at the other one that's right up against the door.
Okay. Go for it.
And then if that hits, it pushes it back as well.
Which direction? Oh, never mind. I see it. How many feet?
Sorry, just 1 second. I think it's just 5 feet.
Okay, so it's pushed back there. Let's see, Dread already had that. But this fire beetle, because Dread and Volan were opening the door. This fire beetle instantly attempts to attack Dread and misses. Volan was opening the door. Topaz, what's your instant action? As the door is being opened by Volan and Dread.
My target got pushed back. I don't have line of sight on it now, do I? That one up here.
No, not on that one, but you can still see this one over here if you can reach
That's
it.
too far away.
Okay.
And that's only got a range of 15 feet.
Okay. Yeah, and you can't
Thanks,
see.
Lobo.
Welcome, bro.
Dovin, what is your action?
I'm casting Entangle with the 20-foot. Trying to find the location for it. I'm gonna do whatever makes this shape.
It was a square, wasn't it?
Correct.
And it was 20 feet all around, so that's actually 10 feet sort of thing, like that.
I don't know what it says. 20-foot square.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot square. Yeah, I hate when they keep switching the terminology because then it gets really confused.
But you actually made it bigger than that, though.
Yeah, it looks like a 25. No, that's 20. No, that's 25.
20. That's it. Oh well,
No, because it's 10 feet on all the sides of the middle. It's
Yeah.
actually only 4x4.
Let's see if I can figure out how to make that smaller. No, that doesn't work. Yeah. Oh well. I guess I was being too clever with that. Just draw a square, a 20-foot square, please, Stephen. Wherever you want to put it.
Okay. Well, so is it a 4x4 or is it 10
Yeah.
by 10 by 10?
It's 4x4.
It's 4x4.
4x4 is less than a square on each side.
4 squares by 4 squares.
4 squares. Okay, yeah. I gotcha. I'm just gonna do. Can everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so what's the DC on that?
15.
Dexterity or strength?
Believe it is strength, but 1 second. Yeah, strength.
Okay. Okay, they all failed.
Nice.
So, before the rest of the attack happens, let me finish reading off the description real quick. A bitter stench assails your senses as you lay eyes on the room ahead. Inside, amid a pile of rubbish, offal, and bracken, ghostly lights move across the floor, which are, of course, the giant beetles which already saw you and are coming forward. There seems to be about a dozen of them around the room. Each are about 3 feet in length. And you can see some rather glittery and shiny things within the pile. There's like some there, some there. It looks like this room does have treasure in it, even if you can withstand the smell. Oops. One more beetle gets a chance before this. This beetle scrambles back and goes for Volan. It just gums at your leg, and apparently it does no damage.
Just disgusting.
Yes. Bet you thought these were going to be dangerous things. No, they are little flamey things, but they are apparently very weak. Noxie, what do you do?
Well, I'm just gonna shoot another one.
Alright,
Just gonna shoot this one that's entangled over here.
okay. And that one just kind of like turns into a bunch of orange goo that's still kind of slightly glowing. Lubu!
Right. I will. I guess I'll vicious mockery this one.
Which one? I'm sorry. Okay. What do you say?
Buddy, I heard Beatles were a huge hit, but you're nothing but a flop.
Wow.
Its antenna wiggle. Apparently it didn't understand you at all and isn't upset by that.
Good call.
I thought it was pretty good insult.
It's a good one, Lobo.
Yeah. Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle.
And that's it.
That one goes for Dread. Chomp, chomp, chomp. But not enough to get through her armor. Dread.
Okay. I'll swing it. That one that just moved up.
Okay. Cut in half. Little bits of orange blood just caked into the ground now.
I need to get disabled. That's the smite. I'll swing. That one is my second swing.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's going. Where's that showing? Radiant smite has been disabled. Ah.
These beetles are nothing compared to you. They quickly smash and dash. It looks like you're making quite a big impact in such short a time. Yeah, this one is restrained. Can't get free. Volan.
Sure, I will make a reckless attack against the one right in front of me first.
Okay. It splatters into a bunch of orangey goo.
And then I'm going to trot over 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet, and I'll make another one against this attack.
Okay. Again, that basically disintegrated into orange goo.
Can I back up 5, 10, that's 35
Sure.
feet?
Yeah, now you're entering into the area of rough terrain. Yeah, that beetle cannot move. Yeah, this one scuttles over to you and tries to chomp on your ankle. With advantage because you just use reckless. 17. 17 hit?
Yep.
Yeah. This one actually does manage to sink its jaws into your ankle and draw some blood. Another beetle comes forward, attempts to do the same thing. Bite. But apparently it can't get a good enough grip.
Ew, stop gumming me!
Topaz.
Hey, that's my half fork. Uh, 25.
Nothing but goo on the end of your spear.
25. Ernie. 35.
That one gets
Bonus.
an attack of opportunity if you went there.
Do that.
Just go that way, so.
Alright. Bonus martial arts.
Alright. You're, what is it, a kick or a punch?
That was kick.
Alright.
Stomp
Your
on it.
foot, yeah, your foot is now completely encased in goo.
Mmm.
It's like glowing orange goo on your lovely blue skin.
Okay then. And then 40, take my second actual attack.
Alright. Your spear is now like covered in goo.
That's it for me.
Let's see, fire beetle. Fire beetle scuttles forward. Oops. And goes for Volan. I think it managed to cut your leg a little more. Fire beetle. That one actually managed to throw off the entangle. Good for it. Dovin, back to you.
I'll take some steps forward, holding my nose, because this is fucking nasty in
By the way,
here. And then
Lobu, what are you
use-
concentrating on, Lobu?
Oh, I'm not sure if it's still up. It was the heroism from last
It
battle.
lasts 10 minutes, so I think it is still up. Okay, sorry about that, Dovin. Go ahead.
That's good. I'm just going to cast Frostbite on the one that broke free.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. Nope. So that one takes 3 damage and is slowed. Noxie.
Okay. Gonna move over here and I'm gonna move into the room actually and shoot this one here.
Can you repeat which one? I'm sorry.
Oh, this one here in the
Thanks.
top right.
Sorry, I didn't see that for a second. Yeah, that one's dead. The arrow just kind of pierced right through it, and you see a small explosion of glowing orange goo. Oh, 1 minute, so yeah, it's gone. Sorry. I thought it was 10 minutes for some reason.
The heroism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lobu!
Alright, just a second. Oh, for some reason I cannot control anything.
Are you on? You got your arrow over on the top left.
Yep, I'm on the arrow.
Do you need to reload your roll 20?
I guess so. Well, I think I can hit someone with. I think I can hit the furthest up fire
Okay.
beetle with torrent, and I can do that
Okay.
real quick before I reload.
Alright, dexterity. Oh, wait, it can't use dexterity, it's restrained. So yeah, it just takes 2 points of damage.
And then that can be it.
And Dread.
Move in. That's as far as I can move in the rough terrain, I believe. I'll swing at that beetle.
Okay.
Swing at it again.
The first one was a miss. That second one connects. Just kind of its body is now smashed into the ground.
It's my turn.
This fire beetle. Yeah, finally disconnected from it, from the entanglement. Volan!
Yep, 2 more reckless attacks. Once against this guy right here,
Dead.
and then 5, 10, 15, 20, another one against this one.
And that one. Oh, sorry.
She said that's it.
It's so hard you exploded.
Wrong one. And that would be that. You're standing against little bits of glowing light that doesn't really illuminate much of anything. This place is still, very dark. But, it's enough to at least see where the puddles are.
Lobo immediately drops to his knees and starts searching for treasure.
Roll an investigation check.
Can I help by lighting a torch that
Yes.
would make
Yes,
the
you may.
shiny things glitter? Yeah, I'll do that.
She's gonna do her own independent investigation.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys start, digging through everything, and you discover that there are a lot of odd pieces of metal, polished rocks, broken crystals, and you find 3 large turquoises, each worth about 20 gold points. there's also a dagger. It kind of looks a bit junky. And a little bit rusted, a little bit frayed. But it's got a nice sharp point.
I'll take that.
Oh, Dovin, how long does Detect Magic last?
10 minutes.
Then, as you're pulling that dagger up, Dovin would detect that thing's lightly magical.
I will say that.
Ooh, maybe I should try and figure that out. Can I roll an Arcana on it to get
Sure.
some deets?
You look it over, and you think that this was, someone's +1 dagger at some point. Its magic is slowly fading, and it's kind of nearly broken. But it probably still has a few good swings left in it.
All right.
So, +1 rusted dagger, and put a note that says, it disintegrates if it hits it, if you get a nat 1 with it.
Who wants to take it? Do you want to keep a little?
Unless anyone else wants it more.
Well, that's all you.
That seems about it for the treasures in this treasure pile.
So I got the large turquoise gems, 3 of them.
3 of them,
Mhm.
they kind of be appraised at about 20 gold points. Sorry, 20 gold each. Gold pieces, not points.
And then the dagger. Okay.
And as you look around, there's at least 2 doors here. A set of double doors and another one. But
Noxie
this-
holds up a sign.
Go ahead.
This place reminds me of home.
Oh.
Yeah. So you got the double doors north and another door east.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and snuff my torch.
Okay.
Your home is full of crap on the floor and reeks.
She tilts her head, and then she holds up a sign. Reeks? ?
Stinks like ass.
Smells fine to me.
Okay.
So where do we go?
Do we want to peek through each door?
We're gonna have to. Eventually.
Noxie will peek through this door.
I'm gonna predict more hall.
Topaz Hall, but stairs.
Stairs. Oh, color me excited. Stairs.
Quite a few.
We have variation on a theme. Look, so many goddamn stairs. We'll never climb them all. Where could it go? I bet you it goes to another floor with more halls.
Are these going up or down?
These stairs are going up.
Hmm.
Hi, Lyra.
Maybe we should check the small door first. See
Yeah,
what it
stairs
might
ascend
have behind it.
left and-
Another room with more zombies.
At least it just says stairs going up.
Noxie's gonna open this door.
Oops, hold on. My cat just walked in front of the screen. Of course, on the plus side, if we roll around a table right now, she'd probably be landing on the table and knocking pieces over.
Topaz, don't look.
I already did. It's too late. What has been seen cannot be unseen.
Yes, you see a corridor. It starts off east.
I'm gonna
then
rush
south.
in. I can't stop myself. I'm so excited. Look. Hallway. Wait, there's something at the end.
Click, 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 click. Kaboom! Hold on.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean,
A portcullis suddenly slams down, trapping Topaz within this area.
Oh, Topaz, not again.
I hate this place.
As a light suddenly fades in.
At least I'm on this side this time.
I'm gonna immediately
Floats there
start.
in front of you.
Oh, what? What is it?
This weird light has suddenly appeared in front of you.
The fuck
What's
is
that?
I look around for a switch.
I'll help.
Is it just a glowing ball of light in the middle of the air?
That's what it looks like to you. You can roll an Arcana check if you want some more information. Sorry. I'll put down the thing. Hold on 1 second. Trap.
I don't know.
Token layer. There we go. Yeah, that's basically where you see this here, that red line. That's where the portcullis has slammed down, and Topaz is in the middle of it. Hold on, I have to throw down the other one from GM info layer, token layer. There we go. There's the other side of the portcullis.
Where's the first one?
The
I can't.
red line where Noxie and Volan and Dread are standing.
There's no red line there.
There is? Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I see a black line here.
I see the black line behind us.
You don't see the big dotted T line?
See this
I see
one?
one over here.
Yeah, we see one here.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, hold on. It still... Oh, the GM layer, that's why. There you go.
So,
Okay, so it's this line here.
Yeah, sorry about that. I thought it was on your layer, and I didn't realize I was still in the GM layer.
okay. But this is the inside of that is the portcullis on each side.
Basically, yeah. There's basically a delayed action pressure plate on either side to slam down the portcullis. So, who said they were searching for a switch or a lever?
I did. Do I do investigation, perception?
Yes, and as you do that, you notice that dust is beginning to fall into the area where Topaz is.
Dust.
Please roll a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, this weird dust is just raining down from the ceiling.
Quick question. Is this black line relevant or?
That's kind of denoting that. I think that's also supposed to denote where the portcullis is, but I find that the trap, the big T sign is easier to denote for me.
Okay, so Topaz is the only one in the section.
Yeah, basically, you guys are standing on the pressure plate.
Okay.
But yeah, there's dust filtering into the area where the portcullis is. Like, I imagine that Topaz would probably cough once or twice, but is otherwise fine.
Do I see anything with the perception roll?
Taking a step forward and taking a swipe at this
No,
light.
you do not. Alright. Let's see here. I need to double check something real quick. And at this point, are your fists considered magical weapons?
Not until 6th level.
6th level, that's right. I keep forgetting it's 6th level with monks. And you guys are only level 5. So yeah. Yeah, it takes a little bit of damage, and your hand feels kind of weird. It kind of feels electric as you pass your foot through it. And some of that goop that was gotten onto it kind of falls off, but it doesn't seem to take nearly as much damage as you would expect.
Does it react in any way?
Nope, it just seems to be floating there.
Do I know what that is?
Roll an Arcana check. As you look up from frantically searching around for a way to free Topaz on your side, you notice that the thing that's appeared in front of her is a will-o'-the-wisp.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Like, Randy doesn't know.
I'm going to give you a quick rundown on them. Will-o'-wisps look like bobbing lanterns from a distance, although they can, alter their colors. They tend to lure unwary creatures into quicksands, pits, monster lairs, and other dangerous things. They are not friendly, in that sense. It's believed that will-o-wisps are souls of evil beings that have perished in anguish or misery, and that they, basically are here to lure you into your death. They don't seem to actively harm as much, although they are capable of it. They're capable of, doing some lightning damage if they wish to, but usually they just turn invisible and wait for something to be trapped before trying to consume it.
Ah, I'll relay that it's a will-o-wisp to the group.
And it kind of vanishes from sight as Topaz is clearly not impaired at the moment. Even as the dust continues to filter down, there's now a nice layer of dust settling around her feet.
I'll call back. Are they supposed to do that?
Yeah, they can turn invisible.
I'm relying on other senses in case it's still around.
We need to find the switch to open these. Is there one on the other side of the portcullis?
I don't know what I'm looking for.
Roll a perception check or an investigation check, whichever you feel more comfortable with. Alright. You look, and while you don't see a switch, you do notice that there is an identical pressure plate from the one on the other side.
Oh, it's something on the floor here. Some sort of plate.
Do you think if we stand on that one, it will open?
Is there a portcullis there blocking me from it?
Yes. It's the same sort of portcullis as the one that's blocking you on the other side.
Aren't you already standing on it?
Maybe if we both stand on each side? I don't know.
Now, to helpfully describe the portcullis in case that is kind of your hang up here, both of the portcullises are made of timber and bound in copper. They are about a foot thick. So they look like it would take a while to punch your way through.
So we could break them if we need to.
It would take a long time, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I can slip through these cracks and go stand on the other side if we think that'll open it.
That's right, form shifting.
But I don't necessarily want to do that unless we actually think it will open it.
Yeah, could we do an investigation check to understand the mechanism a little bit?
Sure, I'll let you do that. Yeah, you kind of look at it and think, some strong people together could probably lift this, or maybe if I have a crowbar, maybe I can get a good grip, and just force this portcullis up, and get that way Topaz will be able to get out.
Yeah, I'll relay that. Dread Captain, maybe if you two just lift that up, give it a shot.
Excuse me, Noxie, let me get past you to the bars.
Alright, Dread on 3.
Sure. Which roll do you want? Athletics or strength?
Athletics.
Do you want it from both of us or one of us?
Whichever of you is stronger. This is usually made with disadvantage, but since you're working together, we'll do this as a normal roll.
Alright, then I should roll?
Probably.
Before
Get
you make
mad.
the roll,
Get really mad while you're doing it.
before they make the roll, could I attempt to assist with the crowbar?
Ah, okay. You give them a crowbar. This is still this is basically going to lower the DC. It doesn't change advantages. It doesn't change the roll, the actual roll itself. It just lowers the DC on this. So this is going to help. You've got a crowbar. You've got two people lifting to eliminate the disadvantage. Go for it. Make the roll. It doesn't seem to want to move. More dust continues to settle into the floor. It's now a bit up over Topaz's toes.
Ooh.
It's like floating as she walks, and she's like kicking it this way and that.
I'm going back into the garbage room to do a quick scan for anything that might open the portcullises.
Okay. Yeah, you look around and, you don't find anything of use. In fact, as you dig through the piles, you find what appears to be a couple of beetle eggs.
Food for later. I'll put them in my pocket.
Oh boy.
3 fire beetle eggs. 3 giant fire beetle eggs, Noxie. Would Volan and Dread like to try again? Perhaps with Dread rolling?
Sure.
As well, I guess.
So you guys change grip and attempt to lift it again. Ugh. And this time with Aberith, Dread taking more of the weight, the portcullis is pushed up a bit, enough for Topaz to get under it. And then it comes back down as soon as she's through, and you guys have left it alone. There still appears to be dust drifting down there. It seems like over time this area will be filled with dust.
Wow. So somebody sat there and figured out a way to drop a ton of dust on one section of hallway. I don't think that trap resets.
If we want, I can take a quick look on the other side to see if there's anything worth looking at. But otherwise, I'm okay with just turning around. I mean, you wouldn't have a trap like this unless there wasn't something on the other side.
Dovin?
Hmm?
Is Callie with us, or was she poofed?
I believe Callie is still in my pocket, unless I accidentally landed on her while we fell.
I think she's still in your pocket, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm afraid Callie wouldn't do so well in that dust, whereas I would be okay.
Okay. I mean, if you want to, go for it, but at the same time, I'm not too sure it's worth our time.
There was something down there. There was something partway down the hall that blocked my view of the hall beyond. It wasn't a wall. Something in the hallway, but I couldn't tell what it was.
Should I go?
I'm a little worried about you going in there. It seems like there's traps everywhere, and wouldn't want you getting separated by not only one but 2 potential traps.
I'm gonna clasp my arm around you and be like really happy that you care for me more than treasure for a second, and then agree with you.
Hey, man, don't get too excited. You're the one holding the bag of holding.
That,
Damn.
that is true. That is true.
Damn, that was cold.
I'll give him a little wink after that.
I'll return it.
Stairs it is.
All right.
Staying behind Noxie this time.
Hey Noxie, what's your passive perception again? I used to have these
My
on the token. I used to have these on the tokens, but then when I was checking out that trap that Topaz stepped on earlier, I realized that that's not there anymore on your guys' tokens. So now I've completely forgotten what your passive perception is.
It's 15.
Okay.
Very good question to be asked.
Can I look around the stairs?
Sure. All right. As you continue on, as Noxie's kind of scampering on ahead, you come up the stairs and you think you see something odd about the steps over here.
Hey guys, watch out for the steps up ahead. I think there might be something weird about.
Noxie takes a closer look.
Roll a perception check, please, Noxie. And you immediately recognize, even though this one's on stairs, another pressure plate.
Hmm.
I look around. Is there any like? Is there any like I don't know boulders waiting to fall on us or something?
Yes, with
I
that
knew
check, with that check, as soon as you see the pressure plate, you look up and you realize there is a boulder up here attached to something next
Did
to
I
the wall.
literally guess it?
Yes, there is a boulder trap here.
Holy fuck! Okay. Noxie points at the boulder.
I knew
Stare
that
at it.
like this.
Who builds these things? What freak builds these things?
Oh, with a lot of time and rock.
Sick fox.
I think I left my I think I left something down in the trash room. I'll just be right back. Don't worry about it.
Lobo. He said, "Fuck that."
Hmm.
I mean, does it look like
Can we
could
get around
jump
it?
this? Or like, yeah, can we get around it?
Yeah, and how tall is it compared to the hallway? That's an important question.
As you're looking up towards the stone, you realize that it would essentially fill the majority of the hallway
Yeah,
as it rolls
I figured
down.
as much.
That at least side to side it would. So basically, you'd have to run back down the steps in order to avoid it.
I meant floor to ceiling.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably about that high as well. Probably not completely touching and rolling against the ceiling, but not enough room for somebody to try to jump over it if that's
Mhm.
your
Okay.
your goal.
Yeah, we get one shot at this, Noxie.
I mean, I could trigger it and turn into a spider, and it would probably roll over me. Just
Noxie holds up a sign. Throw me.
Well, that would get you over.
Well, maybe she could jam the trap from over there or something.
What is this?
That's the stone.
Oh, that's the stone.
Is that just that one area that you're pointing out? That's it. How about on the other side of it?
Yeah, is there any more traps between the end of this?
You do not see anymore.
Alright, Noxie relays that.
I can jump that. If you're pretty sure that's not going to go off on the other side.
Noxie just shows her hands towards the area and awaits for you to do the big jump.
Should we get out of the hall just in case, or are you certain you can jump this topaz? I've seen you do some great things.
I'm certain I can jump that. I'm 99%.
Okay.
It would be prudent.
I get a running jump. This will be 14 feet.
Alright, that's only 10 feet. That 14 feet includes vertical, correct?
Well, it takes into account you do have some vertical. I have to look the rules up for that. There is some vertical.
Alright, because this is
clearance.
this is 10 feet this is 10 feet slanted, kind of partly vertical, partly away. So can't remember if vertical covers that or if vertical is half. Do you know what? It's probably in the DM's guide, so I can look that
Long
up.
jump. Height of your jump doesn't matter. Okay. You must succeed on a DC 10 strength or athletics check, clear a low obstacle.
Yeah, it sounds like
taller than a quarter of the jump's distance.
Yeah, that
So-
would be it. So since if you can jump a 14, this would be taller than that, because you would need more than a 7 to do that. So roll an athletics check.
All right.
Yeah, you were good because you succeeded the 10 DC. And you managed to carefully land on the other side.
I'm ready to keep going. If that rock looks like it's gonna move, I'm gonna clear that corner before it can fall on me. But it's not moving.
It's not moving.
Feel anything click? Okay.
Nope.
All right. Let out my breath. Okay. So now what? Want me to throw a rope or what am I looking for?
Maybe something that'll lock the rock in place.
What if we go down there and you trigger it?
That would work too.
I mean, at least that way you don't have to worry about it coming undone.
Yeah. I'm a fan of that.
What? Me trigger it?
I mean, I could give you a javelin if you want to poke at it.
I'm not sure I can throw a javelin with enough oomph to be like a person standing on it.
Well, look around the corner. There might be like a switch or something.
Yeah, no, I looked around the corner and there's no switch. Instead, there's a giant thing, like a big fucking green thing with an eye.
I'm gonna since you see it, I'm gonna read out the description. Ahead, something spherical floats in the air about chest height. The sphere has a central eye and about a dozen tentacles growing out at the
No
top.
fucking way. You're joking.
Each appendage has white spheres with black pupils on its tip.
No, I'm serious as fucking death. There is a tentacled eye thing.
Does Dovin know what he could be talking about?
Roll a nature check or an arcana check.
This is not cool, guys. This is not cool at all.
I'm gonna bring Dovin into a whispers real quick.
A fucking beholder? Are you kidding me?
Actually, as you think about it, there are several things that could look like that. A beholder is only one of them.
Okay.
The fact that nothing's turned and attacked him, it's like, you'd have to see it for yourself, but, yeah, maybe it's a beholder that's just not noticing him or not paying attention to him. Maybe it's a gazer. Maybe it's something else.
Okay.
Maybe, in a place like this, you haven't seen any other evidence of a beholder, so maybe it could be something else, like a gas spore or something along those lines.
Okay.
Or hell, for all you know, it's an illusion. You don't know what
Sure.
she's seeing. She could be imagining things.
Not out of the question, but yeah, okay.
Round. Yep. Nope. 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 That's a
Dovin's
giant
gonna
ball.
look
Nope.
like super panicked for a second, and then you can kind of like see some of the gears turning in his head, and he's like, okay, that may not be as horrible as I thought it was for a second. Still not great, but not the worst. I need to see it.
Oxy gestures to the parchment.
Let me peek around the corner. Yeah. Nope. Nope. And then, what were the stars? What are the stars?
All right.
Are they statues?
I imagine they're statues. Let me describe the rest of the room for you then. This is a spacious, vaulted hall, weathered and cracked from the ravages of time. The walls are charred and scored. Scattered around the floor are several stone statues of baboon-like creatures, chipped and tipped over. The remains of a few once living baboons, partially eaten, lie nearby, with fungus covering their corpses.
Oh, and guys, it gets better. It gets even better. There's not only a giant tentacled eye thing, the floor is all burnt and everything, and there's baboons. There's baboons. Like, dead ones and live ones and partially eaten ones, baboons.
Pardon?
Baboons, like the monkey things in jungles with the red asses and the big baboons. There's like dead ones, half-eaten ones. I'm pretty sure there was some stone ones or some burned ones. I don't even know. My mind blanked out the rest of it as I looked. They were on the floor and everything's burned. There's scorch marks and then the giant eye thing. This is fucked. This is so fucked. And this is not the place I need to be. I think the trap is better.
Does the additional information help at all?
I'm betting though. You know what? I'm gonna just to go out on a limb here, like a baboon might, and I'm gonna say that's probably your god of many eyes because everything was burned, and that's probably the thing we're looking for. Because that's how it goes, right? In places like this with sick land people who have nothing better to do than drink silver potions and act dead. This is the kind of crap they build. And they put things like that in rooms. We hear about adventuring parties. You find the remains of them later, years later. You find what's left of them. Okay, that's us. That's fucking us. But this is probably where we need to go because that's our luck, right? That's how it goes with us. So everybody either come on over here and I can throw you a rope and let's just die together, or we're going to be running back down that hallway and outrunning this rock because I'm not fighting this thing alone.
Well, I mean, if that's really the god they're worshiping, that's amazing. That's fascinating. I would love
so fascinating. I am just fascinated as fuck. Come over here and be fascinated with me.
I would love to, but the trap thing is sort of a problem. So how are we doing this? Are we just jumping?
I don't know. You want a rope? I can give you a rope. Here, have a rope. Let me throw you a rope and you can climb it.
Help me jump this
I'll
thing.
pull you. Okay, just get airborne or something.
I mean, I can crawl up on the sides.
I'm flinging a length of silk rope over there. I get it out of my haversack.
I mean,
my opportunity to use my haversack. I put my hand in silk rope. Oh, look, I got silk rope.
I'm not sure how this rope is
The
going to help
rope,
me.
I don't know how it's going to help you either. It just makes me feel better. Do you want me to hold on to it and
the rope.
want me to tie it to the rock maybe?
Given where you're standing, where the rope is, the rope kind of like the ends of it trail against the pressure plate. They don't depress it because it's not heavy enough, but it's clearly not going to be as much assistance as one might think.
I don't know what that's going to do, honestly.
Not with that pressure plate in the way, anyway.
You got to clear it.
Well, I mean, yeah. So the option is one of us triggers it.
Yeah, the option when he triggers it, I'm dead because if I'm not going to go wait around the corner, not an option.
Well, I can trigger it and probably be okay when the rock falls. But the other option is we all jump this, and that's a bit of a leap. But I don't know. You guys are all very capable. I'm just an old man. Maybe I'm just being paranoid about jumping.
What if one of us helps the others get across, and then whoever thinks they can jump this the easiest jump?
Okay.
Toss me,
basically-
Bolin.
I'm here for you, Loeb. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we all jumping?
I mean, unless you prefer to wait at the bottom in case it gets triggered, yeah, I think that's probably what.
How far can each of you jump?
That's determined by your strength, or
Yeah, it's your strength score, your actual strength score. As long as you have a 10-foot run.
oh,
But remember, this is 10
So
feet up, so remember, you have to roll an athletics to try to clear it.
Assuming you could clear it.
Yes, exactly.
If you wouldn't even be able to clear it, then that's a whole different ball of wax.
Like, okay, so my jump distance would be 10 feet then?
If your strength is 10, your long jump distance is 10.
My strength is 20, so.
Well, your long jump distance is 20 feet.
And so your upper jump is 10, which would
Yeah.
just barely clear that.
No, well, your upper jump is 3 plus your strength modifier.
Oh, 3 plus your strength modifier. Okay, that's different then.
Oh,
So yeah, you have to still roll athletics.
yeah.
alright, in that case, I'll help other people across.
So
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make this jump.
I think between
Oh, that's
Oh wait. Does that haversack require attunement? I forget.
I don't think it does.
what?
The haversack?
I know. I'm afraid I can read your mind. I'm not sure.
You know, we did something like that in another game. I'm looking over at Noxie for that one. Yep, the bag of holding trick.
No, it does not say it does. So I have an idea. I could throw you the haversack, and you could put somebody in it who might not be able to jump the trap until they get over here.
I would love to try this. Both Randy and Doan are super excited.
Well, it worked in the other game.
I'm peering into it. It's pretty big, and stick my head in it. It's pretty big in there.
Is putting the bag of holding in there going to cause a problem?
Yes.
No, don't do that. No.
Okay, so we can just toss the bag of holding.
We can find out what happens when you do that. I am up for the challenge.
Well, I mean, whoever's got that doesn't get in the haversack.
I'm just gonna unsling the bag of holding.
Let somebody carry that who can make the jump on their own.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna hand it to Roland.
I throw the haversack over. So the middle pouch is up to 8 cubic feet. Oh, or 80 pounds. Well, it can hold 90.
Oh, wait. Can we put people in the bag of holding? What's the rules for that?
Yes, there's 10 minutes of air per person. Sorry, for each person. There's 10 minutes of air total. So each person, as long as you get people out right away, you're fine. But if you want to leave people in there for any amount of time, you're gonna have to keep finding ways of getting putting in oxygen, removing carbon dioxide, and everything.
Okay, so we can all just jump in the bag of holding.
Well, you can't all jump in the bag of holding. Somebody's got to make the jump over here.
All right, the 4 of you get in the bag of holding, and I'll throw you across. Or I can jump with you.
Sure. Sounds great. All right, I'm going to open the bag of holding and get it open far enough so everybody can get their legs in.
Okay, I'm going to be right here. I'm going to cheer you on. I will be right by this corner, so if you fail, I will be able to get around this corner before I am crushed to death. I'd rather fight anything than die from that trap.
Noxie hops in the bag of holding.
All right.
Got some major reservations about this, but I'm giving.
Yeah, me too. I'll get in though.
All right. See you in a second.
Just think, guys,
there's now 4 people in the bag of holding.
It's incentive to fight because the retreat will not be an option.
Yeah, so, just because I'm going to rage for a second.
Although, I'm thinking about it, even though I stand
heavier.
here, if you had the bag and you move pretty fast and I move pretty fast, and if this thing came up after us and we just deliberately ran back around this corner and set off the trap, we might be able to clear that end of the hallway.
Topaz, I really like that we've discussed this now that they're in the bag.
Well, yeah, right, because they can't say anything. So,
Exactly.
if we start going down that hallway, we could probably get to the end and let that thing come around the corner and let the rock crush it. I'm just saying.
All right, I like that idea. Are you going to run or staying first?
It depends on if it's going to chase me. I don't know. If it doesn't, then the plan suddenly becomes really bad.
Yeah, but they won't know that.
1 second, please. There. Now you can talk freely.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. I'm peeking around the corner. It's got maybe 40, 50 feet to cover. I don't know how fast it moves.
I can move about 40 feet. I don't know if you want to throw either a javelin or a dart to get its attention, or if it starts chasing after you. But I don't
Depends
know.
on how fast this rock rolls, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think you'd be able to get through the door at the end?
Let me see. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Alright.
25, 30, 35, 40.
30, 40, I could step up the wind.
If I can 80
I could
feet
make it.
down to the bottom right here. But I don't think I'd be able to clear the door.
I could clear the door if I spend a key point.
Right, in that case, I could hand off the bag to you if you wanted to run with them to clear the door.
Well, but I'm not going to leave you here to get crushed by the rock. assuming it covers that entire distance and like immediately.
Right.
We don't know how fast it rolls. Okay, well they're running out of air, so are we gonna do this?
I think we should do it.
All right, maybe you want to get so that you're gonna be sure to get through the door. Like, no doubt.
Yeah, I have to move another 5-10 feet back. This will be
Okay,
fine.
here
Don't
goes
die.
nothing.
We
Great.
got it.
All right, here we go. Peek around the corner, and I'm gonna. What do I want to throw? I got javelins. I got darts.
I can throw you a javelin if you need one.
30, 40, 60. It's all right. I got dart range here. Disadvantage. That doesn't matter if I hit it. Just need to get his attention. So, I'm gonna be flinging a dart at it.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
See what happens.
Alright. The dart goes sailing through the air, hits the thing on the other side, and the thing on the other side immediately explodes. Whoosh!
Wow.
What the fuck? Topaz, what's happening?
It blew up.
Mhm.
Hold on. What's it doing? What happened? Is there anything left of it?
You can't see from this distance. It just exploded, and there's like pieces of something on the other side, but it's too far away to see at the moment.
Fucking stupid.
What the? All right, hold on.
Topaz, I don't know how much air they have in here.
I'm just taking a quick look here. Hold on.
Should I let them out?
I'm stealthy.
Roll an intelligence check.
Sure. Oh, I'm so fucking dumb. I'm so fucking dumb.
I moved a little closer. I'm staying away from statues. Don't trust those either. Baboon statues. Anything from there?
Nothing seems to happen. Everything is just silent now that the eye has been blown up.
Topaz, should I come over?
Well,
Alright, now I'm gonna try to fix this. Well, wait.
alright, I'm coming
say
back.
yeah?
I'm coming back. Hold on.
Okay.
It blew up. I mean, like, it exploded all over. It's
Topaz,
gone.
how long did Dovin say they had in here?
Wasn't it like, I don't know, 20 minutes or something? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Sorry.
Okay, well, I guess come over here then, because it's gone.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'll jump.
Okay.
This.
Okay, you safely cleared the pressure plate. It has now been 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm over now, so I can let them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, come look at this. I wasn't kidding.
Do you pull all 4 of them out now?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, everybody but Topaz and Emily now has to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
You-
Oh my God. There we go.
You've been in
All
there
right.
for 4 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay, so
and there was only because there was 10 minutes of air. 4 of you went in. 10 minutes of air for 1 person. All 4 of you went in. There's not enough air. There wasn't enough air. You start to suffocate. All of you
We
have to roll
had
Constitution
that.
saving throws.
when I take damage, I use Hellish Rebuke and start cutting.
Lobu, you're completely unconscious and you failed a death saving throw. You're turning colors. Noxie, you're gasping for breath. You're and let's see, Dovin. Dovin is also unconscious, but you're not having death saving throws. Dread, you've somehow managed to maintain an inner calm and are fine.
I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke and start cutting. Out.
You're out.
If you do, that is going to give Lobu a second death saving throw. Loss. And he's going to be potentially dead. Do you use Hell's Rebuke?
Well, if I'm not out, I will.
You are.
What would
You're all four of you are out. You're all pulled out in a bundle. As I said, Lobu and Dovin are both unconscious, but Lobu's turning colors. It looks like he's half dead.
I don't think the time was 20 minutes. I think we fucked up.
Oh, sorry. There were complications. Look,
So-
baboons.
Who's down still?
Lobu's down. He's dying.
All right.
And Dovin's unconscious, right?
Dovin's passed out unconscious, but he's still kind of breathing. Lobu's not even breathing. He's just down.
The fuck happens?
I touched Lobu and give him 7 points back.
Lobu, you are instantly propelled from the darkness where you thought you were suffocating in air to laying on an uncomfortable floor with dread touching you.
I'm trying to slap Dovin awake.
Just a heavy gasp.
And
Asshole.
I look at Topaz and say, "What the hell happened?"
It was
It,
terrible. Topaz had to fight this thing off herself, and I tried to jump. It was so.
It's gone now, so
Yep, we saved the day.
we're good. Now we just have baboons.
Am I awake?
Yeah, you're awake. You're gasping for breath. So the last thing you saw was that you were floating in the dark space of the bag of holding, and you couldn't breathe. There was no air, and you suffocated.
First of all, I'm gonna snatch the bag of holding back from Bolin. And I'm like,
I think you're being a bit overdramatic, Dovin. You're fine.
we did not agree to this. We almost died.
There were complications to the plan.
The plan was
It was pretty hairy out here too. Look, baboons.
Yes, I see the baboons. Thank you. I need a second. He's just gonna lean against the wall and just kind of breathe.
I'm coming down looking for remains of the eye.
Is everyone else okay?
Yes.
Lobu, are you right?
Little shaken, but I think that I will never get in that bag ever again. Did I take any actual damage from that, or I just took the?
You went down to
failure?
0 hit points.
Okay.
You're now at 7.
Ah,
Dovin, you're at 1 hit point.
all right. See, so
Okay.
between Dovin and Lobu, huh? Let's see.
Dovin and Lobu both lost all their health from
Yeah.
that. Dread, you're the only one that was perfectly fine. Noxie, you were coming close to suffocating, but yeah,
Suffocation's pretty brutal.
yeah.
I'm going to cast Goodberry.
Actually, as you start to cast, I would touch you and give you back 9 more.
Thank you.
Well, you don't
No.
see anything interesting from that dead thing that you exploded. You do happen to find a sack made out of fish skin, and you can see 7 silver pellets, each about the size of a sling bullet, laying inside.
Where's that?
It's kind of like laying about here as you were checking around.
It's pellets.
There's a bag made out of fish skin, and inside there are 7 silver pellets, each the size of sling bullets. Sling bullets. You know, the things you put in a sling and send aiming at things.
I found something. Pick it up. Not sure what it is. Look like sling bullets, maybe.
Lobu, Dovin, do you need to rest for a moment?
Breather would be good.
Yes, we could use it for the rest.
What happened to the thing?
It exploded.
And Dovin, you know that's consistent with the monster you suspected it was.
Oh,
You also know that if anybody was nearby when it exploded, they might be in trouble.
what? Were you close to it when it exploded?
No, fortunately.
What happened?
Hit it with a dart and it blew up.
Oh, so we're telling the truth. That's what we're doing.
I am.
What?
I would appreciate. We would all appreciate the truth because we almost died.
I threw a dart at it and it blew up.
Why?
Why did it blow up? I don't know. Maybe it was vulnerable to darts.
Why didn't you just let us out?
We were thinking about getting it to fall prey to the trap. It looked a lot worse than it was.
We almost suffocated in there. Why didn't you just let us out when you said you?
Because we were going to run the length of the hallway and get out and let the trap. Then turned out that wasn't what we had to do.
Well, whatever the case is, maybe we should just hang out. I'll play some music. We can relax and gather ourselves a little bit. Here.
But this thing doesn't explain all of this. Pointing at all the statues and burned things.
You look around and you don't see anything, too much more interesting. You do find a couple more carvings on the wall. For example, you see a carving etched in the center of the worn floor that depicts a silver sun with a single eye. The looks, the thing that you blew up, could have been a representation of that too. Could have been some living thing version of it, or maybe placed there because it resembled that symbol. Who knows?
The sun is representative of all the passages we've passed through thus far in the temple. Maybe there's a switch in there.
This is a simple etching on the floor.
It's interesting. This is you said it's a moon symbol.
Sun symbol.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Never mind.
Can we take a legitimate short rest in here? Does that seem like a relatively safe thing to do?
That's up to you guys.
Actually, would help if we could take a long rest, but whatever.
As you're saying that, everybody roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
We can't spend too long in here. The air is the dust is toxic.
Yeah.
Oh no! What happened to Callie? Do I make a Constitution saving throw for Callie?
Yeah.
How do we do that?
So everyone who got under a 15 just takes 5 points of damage.
Oh,
What's that from?
It's from the toxic gas that's permeating the entire temple. It's basically everybody's, the cough is coming back. It basically starts hitting you once an hour, is how it works. Because everybody's coughing, and some of you are starting to cough a bit. Topaz and Noxie, you're both coughing a bit of blood at this point.
ooh.
In Lobu, it's unclear if you're coughing from the same reason why Topaz and Nox you're coughing, or if it's because of your harrowing experience inside the bag of holding.
Well, I say we get the fuck out of here.
So we're gonna head back the way we came then?
Unless you
Yeah,
think there's a way out this way.
I mean, it just seems that the longer we go on this way, the further into as we get. So
we did come up the stairs. The way out might be in this direction.
Maybe.
Do we? So, are we taking a short rest or no? And you mentioned that Topaz and Noxie started to cough up some blood.
Yep.
Do I notice any sort of compounding effect for basically repeatedly failing the...
Roll a nature check. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's a compounding effect. This seems like, maybe it's seeping deeper into the... I mean, it's not worse damage over time. It's just that the longer you stay in here, the more likely you're going to take damage from the poison. It just
Okay.
it won't be increasingly more damage each time. It's just that you're going to continue to take damage. Is how
Got
it
it.
goes.
Well, I mean, Lobu and I really need a breather. And I know it's not good to stay in here for too long, but I think we really need a... Especially if we're not sure where the exit is.
All right.
Yeah, I hate to cut this short, guys, but I am in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we must find a way forward and find a place safer to rest.
I have a feeling that's going to be outside of the building. That's going to be safer.
we could rest here. I mean, this part is blocked off by the trap, and we could have those of us who aren't in such bad shape to the front watch over in this.
How long is a short rest?
An hour. So you'd be
So
taking
we'll
poison damage again
more
after
damage again. I mean, it would be worth it, almost undoubtedly, but we're kind of fighting against slowly dying.
Yeah, we're running uphill a bit. But yeah, I do think it's right. How many hit dice can you roll for a short rest?
I think it's as many as you want, but you only
Okay.
gain back, I think, half of them at a long rest.
Gotcha.
I do have an ability that helps us do short rests better, so maybe we give it a shot.
Cool. So do we do?
Alright, so you take an hour, roll your hit dice, and everybody who uses a hit dice to heal up also gets an additional 1d6 from Lobu, playing a Song of Rest.
Back up to full.
Whew.
Let me know when you're ready to continue.
I'm
Use up
good.
all
I'm
my
feeling
hit
a lot
die.
better.
All right. So, the poison gas again begins to seep into your lungs, and you all start coughing. Constitution saving throw, please. Dread and Topaz, you take 3 points of damage.
We need to get out of here.
Yep.
So what's in the? Is there anything special about these baboons?
You can roll an investigation check if you like.
Sure. Just to see before we go.
I'll help out with that.
All right, you may roll it again for advantage. Nope. There are baboon-like creature statues, and there are dead baboons laying around. You can't really make anything else out about them.
Okay.
You head into a passageway and quickly find a fork in the road. One passageway heads west, the other heads north. And Noxie is heading north. Alright.
Oh no, I was just checking what was down each hallway. Which way?
I like north. Seems good.
So, as you make your way down to the end of this particular passageway, you see a series of faint line drawings on the walls, depicting people playing a game that uses a ball and has goals on either side of the playing field.
What is this?
There's a bunch of that writing again that you currently cannot read because the spell faded.
Hmm.
You see a capstone stating there, with writing above it.
Is it worth spending 10 minutes?
It might
Uh,
be, maybe not.
Just gonna look for any traps in this area.
Alright. You know, you don't find a trap, but you do know that there's something here. There's some kind of, it's not something that's necessarily gonna, do anything if you do nothing, but something that maybe if you mess around with that capstone, that something's going to happen.
Hmm.
Let me see if there's
So maybe
anything
we
like that.
should take the 10 minutes? I mean, it lasts for an hour. So if I do it, then if we come across anything else, I still have it up.
I'm for it.
Okay.
Alright.
If everybody's okay with it, I'm going to cast Comprehend Language.
Okay. So the writing turns from incomprehensible glyphs to the words in your mind. Dare not open this pit unless you be willing to meet the challenge of Pelota.
I say it out loud as I read it.
You're not open.
Hmm?
You're not open what pit? I don't see any pits.
As you look around, Noxie, you realize that's not kind of what you're standing on right now. You're standing on the if you move that capstone, you're going to open up the pit that you're currently standing above.
Oh, I move off of the pit. Or the would-be pit.
How big is the pit?
Let me move it off of GM layer. 1 second. Now that you know that it's there.
Ah!
I mean, we could just ignore this, or we could safely grab it and avoid the pit.
I mean, if our goal at this point is to get out, we might as well avoid it.
I'm fine with that.
Alright. Yeah, the corridor just seems to stretch on. And on the opposite side, you do see what appears to be another, weird kind of goal thing. In fact, I think I have a good picture for you guys. That's not glowing, but here's kind of what you're looking at.
Oh,
But it's not glowing, though. And there's no bowl. It's just that's kind of what's going on there.
would that stone on the other side of the hallway fit inside the hole?
That's the capstone. It's the thing that covers the pit.
Oh,
If you move it, it opens up the pit.
okay.
No, that's not really a hole so much as, like, the see where the glowing thing is on that picture? That's what that glowing thing is, but it's not glowing.
Great.
What is that?
I don't know.
That's on either side of the hall. It's both of them. But yeah, you look around. You see another door. Yes, there are a lot of doors here.
Does it look like there's gonna be another, like, pit?
No, you don't see a pit. It looks like the pit was only on the other side of the room.
Okay. Hold up a sign. Do we want to do anything with these?
I, out of fear of the floor falling out beneath us, I kind of want to say no.
If it's some sort of competition, maybe I don't know, maybe the ball is somewhere else or in that pit or something.
Oh. Could be.
Said, beware of pelota, you said?
Yes. Do we know who that is?
Pelota. Roll a history check. Or maybe a religion check. Either way.
Let's see.
Hey.
And yes, I'm pretty sure it is, because I don't know exactly what the influence is, but it's either, like, Aztec or Mayan in influence, and I don't know how good you guys' history is with that sort of thing, but it's kind of like depicts one of those sacrifice basketball games, and those are the goalposts. So I'm pretty sure it has to do with contests of the balls and this sort of deity or the equivalent of a saint that presides over a ball competition for sacrifice. So you know that it has something to do with balls and games and sacrifice.
I'm not very good at sports. I say we can move on forward. Unless somebody really wants to stick their hand in there.
goal is to get out of here.
Unless it's required as some sort of puzzle.
Is the door headlocked?
Well, nobody has come over to investigate it yet.
Well, here we go.
I'm going to test the door for lock.
Investigation check, please. Yeah, you look at it, and it looks perfectly fine, just like all the other doors you've encountered.
Okay. I will open the door.
Before you is an oddly shaped room decorated in cat motifs. The center of the southern wall is carved to resemble the face of a snarling tiger with hollow eyes. Near the center of the room is a stuffed tiger, posed as if on a prowl. The tiger's left ear has been torn off, leaving a jagged scar on its head. Also near the middle of the room stands a stone statue of a tiger-headed man holding a spear. In several other spots on the floor are stuffed domestic cats in various poses, sitting, stalking, pouncing, and one is begging, paw in the air. One of these cats in the center of the room has been knocked over and chewed on, its stuffing falling out. Hung on the walls are several skins of lions and leopards, tiger heads, and a cat o' nine tails. Along the northwest edge of the chamber, a large calendar stone is mounted on the wall above the stone table or altar. The statue of the cat man depicts a tall human male with 2 extra sets of nipples. He seems to be wearing a tiger-faced mask and is clad only in a loincloth. A jagged scar runs across the left side of his chest. Above the heart and his chest is above his heart, his chest is sunken and bony. The sphere is stone-hafted, but bears a silvery head. And for reference, north is this way, west is this way, east is this way, and south is this way.
First baboons and now this.
Well,
Something
someone-
wrong with these people.
They seem to like their animals a lot.
It's common for civilizations to worship the animals around them.
Is there any like pressure plates or anything fishy about this room?
You don't see any from where you're standing.
Okay.
You see statues and stuffed animals.
Is this the man or the tiger?
Let me see. That would be this one here. That would be the man with the tiger head.
And this one would it would be the tiger.
Let's see. That one over there, I do believe is the stuffed tiger that's missing an ear.
Can we see the ear around anywhere, or is it just gone?
Roll a perception check. You see like bits of fluff and stuffing from one of the domestic cats that was knocked over, but you don't see anything that looks like a tiger ear anywhere.
What is
Looked
this?
Like it was
I believe that. Let's see here.
Looking for tracks around the.
Be northwest. Northwest is a large calendar stone that is mounted on a wall above a stone table or altar. So there's a calendar stone and an altar. You're looking for tracks? Roll either survival or investigation, whichever you feel more comfortable with. Yeah, you look around, and it looks like anything that's been in this room hasn't been in here in a long time. You don't see any signs in the dust that's settled.
Okay, well that's good. Doesn't look like anything's been in here recently.
As you stand in front of the calendar stone, you see that it's a great wheel carved from limestone. The center of it is a calendar. Center of it is the symbols of the sun surrounded with various sigils depicting the seasons of the year. And you see the equivalent translations of queer, divine. What was it? It was. God damn it! I'm forgetting my own calendar. Hold on one second, guys. I think it's because I was settled into another calendar system a while ago, and so my brain just kind of switched onto that one. Now I'm forgetting my Ollaras calendar. But there's only 4 months in the Ollaras calendar. It goes by the seasons. But, where's my general information packet? Come here, packet. But, oh, that's right. Yeah, 1 second. I always hate when I scatter all this information in multiple places, because I usually have it on the tip of my tongue, and then I completely forget it when it comes down to needing it. Okay, so we have Quer, renewal, divine, feasting. Quer is winter, renewal is spring, divine is summer, and feasting is fall. And so you see the general seasons on that calendar as well. The stone itself is 10 feet across and is mounted 5 feet above the floor over the stone altar. On the altar rests a ceremonial dagger of flint and jade with a statue of a... ceremonial dagger of flint and a jade statue of a cat. At the foot of the altar is one of the stuffed cats. This is the one that's posed begging, or perhaps attempting to catch something in the air, like, the paw up, either like, meow, hello, or, ooh, there's a fly, I'm gonna bat at it, sort of paw.
What was that last part?
Those of you with cats, like, when the cat is lifting its paw up because it sees something flying in the air and it's about to bat it.
Okay. I'm just gonna pick up the ceremonial dagger and just kind of look it over. And then I guess
it looks like some kind of sacrificial knife, and it feels kind of nice. It feels nice. It feels interestingly sharp.
Do I suspect at all that this could be magical?
With your knowledge and expertise, and especially after you saw another magical dagger earlier, yes, you think it's dagger of +1.
Did you want one that wasn't maybe so worn down?
I mean, that'd be great. Yeah.
Does does calendar stone have any dates marked on it, or is it? I don't know. Set
a
to a
perception
particular
check to examine it. You come over, you start looking it over, and you pretty much see things that don't really have much bearing on what you know from under the sea. But as you're looking it over, you kind of notice that it's actually being held onto the wall by a small rod of stone behind it. And there's some kind of gap, and possibly something behind it if you can just move it out of the way.
I'm calling Noxie over. Look at this.
Okay, well, look at that.
Perception check, please, Noxie. Yeah, you're definitely seeing even more than what she saw. You kind of come up, scramble around it behind it, sort of you stick your head because you're small and you can see, and you see that there's a passageway back there. This is something that's blocking off a hidden passage.
I point that out.
We turn it, pull it.
Roll a strength check.
I don't want to do it. I'm asking Noxie. How do we move it?
DM?
A strength check would suffice. You basically, looks like, with that rod in place, you could probably move and swing it out of the way.
Oh, okay.
Dread, Woolen,
Yeah.
you got to move this. I help you.
Do you wish to move it, or are you going to leave it alone?
Yeah, we'll try and move it.
Okay, strength check, please.
Strength.
Yes, please. Yeah. It is no problem for you as you push that out of the way and see a small passageway.
How small?
You guys could all fit. It's small, but it's not really small.
If they hit it, they probably didn't trap it. Let's get in there.
Exactly what Noxie was thinking. She's already in. Open that door.
Alright. It's actually the passageway itself is about 4 feet in diameter. I imagine that's okay with all of you, right?
I think so.
Alright. The floor itself, as you move down it, appears to be made out of slick and molten glassy glaze of some kind. There's also, as you're passing by, you can kind of make out bits and pieces of weird glyphs. And as you open this door, you see more of them. The tunnel opens out 2 feet above the floor of a corridor running north and south. 3 exits are visible, one at either end of the hallway, and a set of double doors at the midpoint of the western wall. The door to the north is barred, though it seems to have no latch. The image of a bear holding a disc of obsidian is set in its face. The lintel of the door is carved in the form of entwined serpents. The southern door is plated in bronze. Etched on it is the symbol of 2 circles joined. The path leading up to it has a depression in the stone floor, as though it has been worn smooth by the passage of countless feet. The floor in front of the central doorway is sunken and glazed. Affixed across the double doors is a golden seal 1 foot in diameter, with ancient glyphs scribed into it. To open this door, it appears that the golden seal must be broken. Ancient glyphs are scribed on the seal. To either side of the lintel of the door are barely discernible scratches and brown stains stipple the wall and the floor. Because you have comprehend languages up. Oh, you're not even in here. Sorry, you're too far away to see. Devin, you're still standing in the main passageway.
Where do I need to be?
Up with Noxie.
Oh, okay. Well, as soon as there's room to move up there, I will.
Okay. You okay?
Yeah, sorry, coughing.
Right, cool. So as you get into the room and you look around, some of the glyphs around are just kind of like symbols, like nothing really that translates into a language, like somebody just scribbled or something. Either that or it worn away after some time. But on the double doors, you see written in a language only you can understand at the moment. Beware, beyond this door is death.
Oh, that's interesting. Apparently, there's death beyond that door.
Oh.
I don't know if we're interested in that anymore. I have a feeling we won't be coming back here, so this is sort of our only chance to go actually see.
Is it just that one door?
Well, the other door doesn't have...
There's a door here, and what appears to be a door here. The double doors are the only ones that have writing on it.
And the other
well,
doors might be worth looking into, particularly this one, because there's be anything. Well, I guess I would know that.
The image on that southern door appears to be an infinity symbol representing some sort of dual god, the supreme god of creation.
Oh, that's usually a good sign.
I guess I vote we do anything but the death door.
I mean, at the same time, doesn't every door we've passed have death? I mean, is that not a common theme throughout this entire place? I mean,
True enough.
But this place's standards of death would be worse.
This is just death and funny animals.
I would like to check through this door.
Okay. It's not latched, but it does appear to be stuck shut.
She writes on a sign, stuck.
A little help here.
Yeah, is that the 10 that you just rolled, Topaz?
Yeah, I'm saying a little help here.
Yeah. So you're kind of, and it doesn't seem to want to move.
Somebody, anybody, store stuck?
So we're stuck.
It's holding fast.
I'll help.
Maybe use a crowbar.
Could always try the crowbar.
Go for it.
I will hand the crowbar to whoever is trying to open the door.
That's an advantage.
Okay, so Topaz and Dread are both leaning on the door at the moment with the crowbar?
Yep.
Okay, go for it. Okay, so, as you do that, the door suddenly opens. Both Topaz and Dread tumble in, and there is a blink, and the doors close. The rest of you have no idea what the hell happened. Give me 1 second.
guys.
Oh man.
So, you two suddenly feel a wrenching sensation. Give me a second to figure out exactly where you're ending up. And you find yourself no longer anywhere near where the other people are, as you've been caught up in some sort of teleportation field.
What the?
Trying to figure out exactly which area you get dumped into. I have to find it on the map. This is a big map. Let's see, where is it? Oh, wait, no, there's that. Ah, there it is. And it's a room you recognize at the very least.
We do.
Yeah, you find yourself back in that room where you found a doorway through a sun. All the crumbling murals and all walls and all the murals and everything. But you're very far away from the rest of your companions. And as you guys are there, I'm going to go check in with them to see what they're doing.
We trusted.
The door are
was all.
closed shut, and you hear nothing from the other side.
But we can come back to the conversation later. We have other pressing issues.
Yeah, I was about to say that was a weird point to have that conversation after.
Dread and Topaz are both missing. They went through that door. They whatever happened on the other side happened, and they're no longer with you.
I
You
put
don't
my
hear
ear
it.
up against the stone. Do I hear
Roll
anything?
perception check.
I've lost my sight.
You hear nothing except for your companions and your own heartbeat and your own breathing. As if whatever's on the other side, it's empty.
Yeah, I've lost my sight. I can't see the map.
better?
Is it-
No. Where's my token?
Hold on. I see your token.
I'll refresh real funny.
Yeah, it shows you have sight. Okay. So, yeah.
Do we should probably try and open this. I bang on the door, even though I know that pretty few times.
I'm gonna walk over to Volan and hand her my crowbar.
Right.
All right,
Alright.
everyone, hold on to each other, because I don't want us getting split up even more.
Good call.
Alright. Noxie will hold on to Dovin.
I got an arm on everybody.
Alright. Go for it. Volan, you're up. With advantage with the crowbar. And whoosh, the door opens. You seem to get pulled or pushed inside, and it takes all of you. And whee! You feel the sense of being teleported.
Oh.
Oh?
Now give me 1 second to reconnect with you guys. Hold on. And you nearly fall on your companions. Whoops, I wasn't supposed to grab that. Hold on. So, of course, you two see the other four suddenly appear in front of you.
Hello, strangers.
Oh, we're back. We're back in this hall.
Yes.
Standing right in front of that mural.
Cats.
Oh, we forgot to grab that jade cat.
Well,
Do you think the issue is that we just grabbed the dagger and not something else?
Everything's worth money, Volan.
You're absolutely right. So, where the fuck are we going now?
well,
Yeah.
go ahead.
We need to get out of here.
Well, we could go back to the pool with the prawn person and the crab and try going the other direction, or we could go all the way back to where we were and not pick that.
We could also explore one or two of these little offshoots that we didn't look at before.
Let's go the way we think the exit is. I'm practically out of spells. I'm going to need a long rest to get them back.
Did we go through this wall? Why can't we see through that wall?
Yeah, that's where we ran into the first. Oh, that wall. Yeah, we went through here before.
Yeah, the zombies are on the other side here. This is the secret door that we found.
Yeah, you guys encountered the zombies there. These little things are all those weird masks on the wall. We found that one armband.
And we haven't gone through either that passage or this passage.
That's true. There's two pathways. that we
You
didn't
went
go
down there. That's where you got trapped in a portcullis. The one to the west, which is down here.
Yeah.
What was down there?
The portcullis that you guys got trapped in.
Oh no, like, isn't there a path there?
Hold on, I can't see where you're pinging. Go ahead.
Like over
Oh
here somewhere?
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
there-
You haven't been over there. Sorry, I had the map really zoomed up on you guys, so I couldn't see you pinging
gotcha.
all the way over there.
Mm.
But yeah, so as Dred was saying, there would be a lot of benefit to getting out of here and actually sleeping. But we are right here. What do you guys think?
I mean, if you guys want to continue taking rests in here, we can keep going. But we do know that we were told that the way back near those crustaceans was the way out. So it's honestly up to
Yeah.
what you guys want to do.
I would rather get out of here.
I think that's perfectly fair. So who else will?
I'm ready to get out.
I forgot. I forgot why we came here in the first place.
Because you all wanted to see the dollar sign.
Well, yeah, sure, let's go.
We can always come back inside after the rest if we want to.
Right.
What, to come back inside here?
After we rest. Perhaps.
All right,
Place is
that's-
lousy with treasure.
Is this the way out?
Yeah, it should be back up this way.
Down the steps, back into the water.
Eel friend is going to be this way.
And as you come up there, you see that the Nereid is kind of, she's now kind of like sitting over here, kind of sulking. She looks up and she kind of glares at the group of you.
Lobu waves real big.
I'll wave too.
You guys again, she mutters in common.
Hello. Stick my head under, look for the eel.
The eel comes up for you and kind of like brushes up against you. In greeting.
Awesome. I give him another day's worth of rations.
The eel happily eats it. And rubs up against you like a cat.
I'll pet him.
The Nereid is not looking happy at all about this. She's like clenching her fists and just staring into the water and mumbling something in the weird language of this place.
You know, stress is bad for you. It'll make you age prematurely. Although, looking at you closer, it looks like that's already started. Sorry about that.
She really like just points her finger at Topaz and just seems to be calling her every name in the book but in her language. But you can get it from the tone that she's like, calling Topaz all sorts of unflattering names.
Topaz didn't mean that. Don't worry. I
She
do
goes
have a
and
question.
dives back
though.
into the water, ignoring you completely.
Oh well.
The eel comes closer and just kind of watches you.
I guess I'm gonna try and talk to the eel real. With the. Anyway, I'm gonna ask him. Do you guys like live just in that tiny pool, or can you get out into the sea?
The eel kind of blinks, and looks at Lebu and says, "This is home. Got any food?"
No, I forgot to pack food.
The eel kind of like looks over towards Topaz again and just kind of, lowers back into the water, watching Topaz.
And those guys live a terrible life. They live in a puddle.
I wish there was a way. Maybe they have a way out. I can't imagine. They'd starve.
Oh well.
Yeah, the hermit crab seems to be back asleep, and the crayfish is just like kind of pacing around it again like usual, and kind of stops and looks at you guys and just now waving and clicking its claws at you as you come up the stairs.
Moxie waves at it.
Click, 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 click. It seems to be
Hey, but
angry that you're here.
I'll reach out with my brain again. Be like, hey, bud, do you remember us?
You've returned. Don't disturb my charge. Nope.
Don't worry.
Stay away. Stay away. Stay away from Kiki.
We'll
Stay away
keep
from
out of the
KK.
way. We're just go up that direction.
Yes, go. Go, go.
I'm going to open this door.
Alrighty then. We see yet another one of those passageways.
The
Or
infinite
wall-
hallways.
The walls of this corridor are wet and slimy. The stucco covering has become saturated with water and is decomposing and sloughing off in spots. On the southern wall, exposing the seams of a larger stone block from which the structure is built. Which would be right here. You can sort of see
Sort of.
that there's a block that may be able to push, but it's probably very heavy.
Yeah.
Imagine if you and Volan tried, you could probably move it.
Possibly.
I can give you guys help with that. Well, actually, no, you two working together would do this. Shall we try it?
If you'd like us to.
Sure, there's a giant block. It must be hiding something.
Something.
Could be hiding
I
the
feel that the
entrance.
block itself is rather damp.
Water, maybe.
Could I use shape water to pull like any water out of it, or is it just like on the surface?
Yeah, I'll allow that. That's a clever use of shape water. So you take a moment and you use a shape water and make the stone block no longer wet. It's now very dry and very white in color. It looks kind of like ancient bone.
It doesn't get wet again, does it?
No, it looks like it'll stay dry for a little bit. But, however, it looks like, if you wander away and come back in an hour, it'll probably be wet again.
Where's that water apparently coming from?
It seems to be in the air. It seems to be, like, condensing from water that's
Okay.
leaking in from over that direction.
You
Just
say
general
it's
moisture.
stone. Is it bone or is it still stone?
Roll a nature check. You stare at it for a little bit, and you realize, oh, this is limestone. And you know what? That's not a very good thing to come in contact with if it's wet, because raw lime, which comes away from with the moisture, is not good for the skin. So it's a good thing you just dried it if you're planning on touching it.
There you go. I'll let everybody know. So yeah, if we want to try and move it.
And by the way, David, I'm giving you inspiration for that.
Ooh, yay.
Nice one, Crab Dad.
Hmm?
Nice one, Crab Dad.
Not a problem. So I guess if we want to try and move it, well,
All right then, dread on 3.
Okay. Do you want a strength?
Yes, and it looks like you can get as many as 4 people behind this stone in order to push it.
Yeah.
So, how many of you are going to attempt to push this?
Yeah.
I guess I can help. I have a strength of 13. I don't know if that's
So,
any
what
better or
I'll have
worse.
you do is everybody who's helping, all the 4 that are helping to push it, Roll me a strength check. Just a straight strength check.
Oof.
Okay. That's 2. I need 2 more.
Oh no.
And the last one?
Topaz, are you gonna help?
We're all trying to push this down.
As a team, yes.
Maybe if you get a 20, we can do it.
Not quite. It seems like you feel like, it would move, but you need to put a little bit more back into it.
Question: how stone to break?
Sorry, what'd you say?
How difficult is limestone to break?
That's a good question.
I would be worried about the dust.
Yeah, you could break it after a while, especially if you had, a hammer, but that would put a lot of dust into the air, and especially with the moisture, it's gonna start eating away your skin after a while.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast enhance ability at level 3 so I can hit 2 people. I'm gonna give it to Topaz and Dread for strength.
What does that do?
You have advantage. So we want to try again?
Okay.
Alright. Didn't help me any.
No.
God.
Roland?
No.
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't look like you guys are gonna be able to move it. It's like you all try again, and it's like, and it doesn't budge.
Oh well.
This makes me think of 4 friends trying to move a fridge up a stairway.
Uh-oh.
Do I think I could crawl in between the cracks?
If you were a spider, yes.
I could at least take a peek to see if we should bother keep trying to do this. Unless, Nocky, do you see something?
But Noxie sees.
No, Noxie's holding us on. Bad news, guys.
What's up,
Oh.
Noxie?
You see stairs. They go up, but only a few steps. And it seems like the rest is all filled with clay and stone and rubble.
I'm gonna guess that that's the way out. Or at least it used to be.
Used to be.
Fan fuck.
Looks like we probably just will try and push that stone out of the way and see if there's another way out, but I doubt it here.
Well, let me turn into a spider and take a peek.
Yeah,
And
see if
see
there's
if
a
it's
way out.
worth see if it's worth doing that.
Okay. Spider
I'm just gonna-
spider form?
Yeah, spider form, crawl through the crack.
Okay.
What do I see?
Alright. Let's see. Beyond the stone that's blocking the passageway is a small foyer, holding 3 sealed urns on the east and west sides. To the south are double doors of bronze with glyphs worked into their faces. You still have the read thing up. So you read the following words: Here lies Tulucus populacus. I can't pronounce that. I'm gonna write it down for you. Let's see if you can pronounce that better. Tulucus populacus, master of the others, who is like the wind and the night.
That's dramatic. Well, I'm going to say the exit is probably not this way. So I'm going to crawl back through and turn back into human form and tell everybody the name and mention the urns. Probably not that way. We can, if we have anything of worth, we can try to go through that. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I think we've tried our luck with this sloth.
Yeah.
All right. Then back the way we came. So,
The crayfish is just kind of staring at you all now. Snip, 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 click, 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 click.
So sorry. Totally our bad. Just gotta come through again. Hope you and KK have a good evening.
Well, we might be back. Who knows? Oh, wait, I don't understand. So.
Back to where we were going, or new area here?
oh, I didn't know this was here.
I forgot we
Maybe
went.
we'll give it a try.
We'll open the door.
Alrighty. Sorry. 1 second. Checking, make sure I know where I am on this book. Since going back and forth is a lot. 8. There we go. I'm actually on the right page. Yay!
Yay.
Slide open the door.
More tunnel.
Just a small one. It's going down. It feels a bit damp. You can kind of feel the moisture in here. It's pretty nice on the skins of the sea elves.
Yeah.
Check for this door now.
This room is wet, and the walls are covered with slimy, white buildup. There's about an inch and a half of water and mud blanketing the floor. Many overturned pedestals and pieces of broken statuary lay on the floor, partially buried in the mud. Opposite the entrance to this room is another door. Only one pedestal remains standing, in the northwest corner. On it, you can see a small metallic three-sided pyramid. Overhead, in the shadow of a draped ceiling, are inlaid colored tiles depicting a starry night sky and forming strange patterns in the areas above the pedestals.
Careful where you step.
Does this stuff look quicksand-ish?
Roll a nature check. Nah, it just seems like, more kind of mud, but more water here than mud.
That was a good idea. Never thought of that.
Well, it's only what I think. It still may be quicksand. That roll.
Yes, well, you don't know you rolled that. All you know is that you
Sure.
think it's not quicksand as you look inside.
It's probably fine.
Yeah, I trust you.
Okay, Moxie's gonna take a step inside.
You guys are all using dark vision, aren't you? There's no... Or unless Dovin has a light up.
No, I put the light out.
Okay. No, this is making sure because I'm trying to remember not to describe color to you guys. And sometimes it's like, because I remember that again when there was like, colored tiles on the ceiling. It's like, oh yeah, you guys can't actually see the colors because you're all using dark vision.
Where's the pyramid?
Let's see. That would be in the northwest corner, which is over here. It's sitting on top of a pedestal. This is a small metallic three-sided pyramid. Basically like a large D4.
I feel like that's a track.
Yeah, I get that feeling too.
Only one way to know for sure. We go look at it a little bit, and Lobu starts walking towards it and checking to just like doing a more thorough investigation on it.
Alright, roll an investigation check then.
Damn.
It looks like a shiny silver pyramid.
I think it's all good, guys. I'm gonna pick it up.
Nothing
I'm gonna-
seems to happen. You now have in your possession a small pyramid made of silver.
Sweet.
That looks pretty valuable. Are there any markings on it?
You don't see any.
Interesting.
Probably summon some elder god when moonlight hits it or something.
That would be cool, but something I hope we don't experience.
So that'd probably be like, the nearer of the two moons when it hits its silvery phase. The nearer moon is grizzle and it's usually red, but it does occasionally, get into a more silver metallic phase, and that's usually considered very powerful when it does that. Like, some people will only like do certain castings or certain, alchemical what am I going to say, formulas, rituals, when the moon is in its silver phase. Near one. The other one never turns silver. It's further away, larger, and blue-green in color.
Probably summons lunar snakes.
Dovin, will you put this in the bag? Put it in the bag.
Oh, okay.
We're going through this door down here, I guess.
I guess. Though I'm thinking another exit is probably towards the top where we were before.
Yeah, I think we should probably be going upwards instead of downwards, but who knows?
The walls and ceiling of this hallway are coated with slime, and the floor of this passage is covered with a layer of mud. Through this muck, a steady stream of water trickles northward. The stucco on the walls is flaking off, and there are glowing silver tracks in the slime crisscrossing the walls and ceiling. Along the east wall of this passage stands a 12-foot-tall stone statue of a man outfitted in fine clothing and holding a stone tray in his raised arms. Its eyes appear to be black gemstones. The right one droops out of its socket, balancing on the statue's cheek. From behind the left shoulder protrudes the hilt of a weapon, most likely a sword. The stone tray, as well as the forehead and the nose of the statue, are chipped and scraped.
That eye is super creepy.
Does the platter he's holding look like it would hold that pyramid especially well?
Roll a perception check.
I can help him with that.
So 22 with the help.
Alright, so you look at it, and you get this feeling that the statue's not really well balanced, that if you put anything on that pedestal, it's going to topple the statue over. That being said, you notice, as you're staring at it, that that sword isn't stone. That's an actual sword behind it.
Oh man, free.
Careful.
Um,
Lobo, you said free sword?
free sword. Just a second. Let me look at something. Do you guys want to wait for a couple minutes so I can summon my Invisiboy and we can have him snatch that?
Sure.
So then I'll ritual cast Unseen Servant and have him go and grab the sword.
Okay. Let's see if this is actually in there. Hold on a second. Good. So you grab the sword, you bring it back, and you now hold it in your hands. It's in very fine condition, and it's made out of laminated wood, inset with jagged teeth of obsidian. It's very pretty.
Is it magical?
Does anyone have Detect Magic up?
No.
Then you have no idea.
Well,
Well, we can hang on to it at the very.
yeah, that's true. Should I have my boy tip over that statue just for fun? Could be fun.
It could be fun. Also, you could try putting the eye back in. I would hate to be that statue.
That's a good point. Yeah, let's do that.
You're going to use your Unseen Servant to do that?
Definitely, yeah.
Alright. So, yeah, your Unseen Servant just kind of sits the eye back in. You guys just basically see the eye lift up and reconnect into the center there. And nothing interesting happens.
Shucks.
In that case, we should knock it over.
Heck yeah. All right, Invisiboy, do it.
Alright. So, Unseen Servant has weight.
Let's get the text up. Let's go to the text.
It has AC, it has strength. But I don't think it's quite heavy enough to tip that statue over. Yeah.
Oh well, I tried.
Topaz, do you still have that rope?
Sure.
We can do a heave ho.
Noxie shows a sign. Can't we just throw it? Throw something at it, I mean?
We could,
You know,
but I think the
no, go ahead. It might be a better idea to try to yank it down. You're right. I was just gonna say I could throw a trident at it.
Aquaman that shit.
Who got that bracelet, by the way, that was on the eagle statue? Wasn't that Noxie? Or was that Lebu?
Lobu.
Okay, so Lebu also has that one? Alright, cool. I discovered that there is a bunch of handouts that go along with these. Now that you've rested enough to attune to these things, or at least have an understanding of what they do, I can give you the handouts for them.
We rested.
You had a short rest earlier, remember? That gives
No.
you an...
We all rolled hit dice because they were suffocating.
Yeah. So yeah, those both are in Lebu's inventory now.
some reason nobody wants to step here.
Well, we're
So-
going to pull the statue down. We don't want it to fall on top of us.
Alright, so that's gonna be easy enough to do. So you guys take the rope, you wrap it around the thing, you pull on it, you give it a couple good tugs, and it topples over, crashing to the ground, spewing the two obsidian pieces of stone, and also revealing that there's a pivot swing and swings open a secret door, half jammed with debris.
Ah, so we should break things in here. Very good.
You see
Interesting
water
to build it.
beating and collecting upon the walls of that narrow passageway, but to the east. It's a low ceiling, only 5 feet tall, which means you're going to have to duck if you go in there. It seems to be cramped and dank.
Noxie won't have to duck.
Yeah, Noxie will not have to duck. Everyone else in the party will. Except maybe Lubu. I don't know how tall Lubu is.
5 foot.
A tiny boy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he strikes me as small. But yeah.
If I look around, can I find the 2 obsidian gems and hand them to Doga?
Roll an investigation check.
I'll help.
Yes. As you're
no,
looking around, you quickly, pick them out of the rubble, and they are 2 polished obsidian eyes worth 10 gold each.
Dolan, would you mind putting these in the bag?
Throw them in.
Sure.
10 gold each.
Yep.
Alright, so did you all want to go through? Or somebody want to go first? Or are we just going through the double door?
I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'll go through. He's going to do a little investigation.
I decided to give
first.
you the handout early, by the way, Lubu.
Ooh, where's?
For the longsword.
Oh, nice.
That's a long sword.
So Lubu's going into the little tunnel that he found.
Yeah. He will pass the longsword back, though. Hey, who wants this really sweet sword?
I'll hold it for now.
Alright. Then I'm going to put it in your handouts then. Because it's got some nice stats. Alright. All on you, Lubu.
Wow, cool. Sorry, I had to read the bracelet real quick. All right. I'm going to, do an investigation on this hallway real quick as I move in.
Alright. You look around. It's, very cold and damp, and just seems to connect 2 areas. You don't see any traps, you don't see any sign of anything living in here right now. And as you come up here, you discover that this side of the secret passageway is already partly open because of the rubble.
Noxie just shrugs and enters the passageway.
Libu. This hall is strewn with mud and flotsam. Water accumulates in the center of this corridor and flows westward to where a stone block in the southern wall is shifted out of place, which is the one you came through. The corridor turns north, and the flow of water follows it, then goes under a door made of bronze, bound wood. The door has a handle, and a keyhole. That would be this one in front of you.
Did we find a key in here? I forgot.
I don't recall ever finding a key.
Oh, I'm thinking my trinket key.
Oh no, we did. We found one in the first room we were in.
Oh, yeah.
All this water shallow.
Yeah, it's just more of the shallow stuff. Just a small little puddle here.
Pick a door.
I'm gonna look through this door.
Alright. That's the one with the keyhole. It appears to be... Oh, roll an investigation check. Yeah. You figure it seems to be locked. You kind of stick your eye into the hole, which you can kind of see, and you see a bit more water, but that's about it.
Okay.
Water, set of stairs going down.
I'm going to check this door then.
Alright. Let me double check. Alright. Okay. Yeah, that door appears to be unlocked. Would you like to open the door?
I will. Yes, I would.
And you see the giant eel lifting its head out of the water and kind of like seeming to greet you, waiting for food.
Oh.
Wait, was this the way she said that we weren't allowed to go, or was that down this way?
No, the way we weren't allowed to go is the way that we went before.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
I'm gonna try my hand at picking this lock now.
Okay. Oh yeah, that click click. You barely needed to touch that thing. That lock was so simple. This passageway is slime covered, and a stream of water trickles away from the door. There's condensation on the walls, doors, and ceiling from which drips down onto you. A quiet sound of dripping and splashing echo in the corridor.
So that looks deeper.
Yeah, that does look a bit deeper.
I'm in.
It's not deep enough to hurt Noxie, but it's still better than it was. You know, the other one was.
Wow, so it's only a few feet.
Yeah. You could probably float a little bit in it, but you're still be very close to the bottom.
Just a quick perception on this room.
Yeah, I'll help him with that.
Yeah, you don't see anything else of interest. Some water that you're now splashing in.
Check this door then.
Alright. Roll a perception or investigation check.
Oh, I'm
Noxie?
Yep.
A
Oh, I'm
perception
not-
or...
Oh, I'm just opening it.
Oh, well, it, like, you kind of try and it appears that it is jammed. It looks a bit swollen because it's made out of wood.
Can I try sapping the water out of it again?
The door itself is not wet. It just seems like it's been warped over time.
Gotcha.
Let's smash it.
Actually, the water here is more like up past. It's up to Noxie's chest and up to her armpits. So it's deep enough for that. It's almost filling the room.
Well, Noxie can't pull out a parchment without getting the parchment wet, so she goes up here and then she reveals that it is in fact jammed.
No. Do you want to get do we want to get a crowbar or an axe?
Noxie will hand over her crowbar to whoever is going to use it.
Well, Volan, not Volan, Topaz and Dread still have enhanced ability, but Volan's still the strongest.
So what do you wish to try here?
Somebody is gonna take the crowbar to the door.
Okay.
Is Volan, are you there, Emily?
Yeah, if you wanted me to do it, sure.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's no problem. Alright, I'll try it with the crowbar.
All right. Gives you advantage. You're gonna jam it in there. It feels like the water is now surging up around you, like pushing against that door, like ready to go flooding out once you get it open. But it's still kind of hard. It's like really stuck.
Word of warning. This place is gonna flood. At least this immediate area. The second that the store's open.
Can I
Noxie
use
backs
shape
up.
water to stop the water right around Volan to like hold it in place?
Okay, I'll allow that. Volan, you're subtly drying out from around you. There's no longer water pushing against the door from this side. You can try again with your strength check at advantage. Still don't seem to be getting anywhere with this.
Alright, one of you guys, I'll look to Dread and Topaz. If you wanted to try it, or I could just break this.
Break it down. Break it down.
I don't think we're coming back. So
Alright, in that case, I'll make 2 reckless attacks against the door.
Alright.
Yeah.
Smash. So yeah, it really only took the one. You guys go smash, and the doors is like kind of spaying open as you push them out of the way, and the bit of water that wasn't exactly right in front of you starts sliding down there. It would have been more dramatic had you been trying to open it from the other side, and not had shape water, because then you would have been hit with a wall of water.
Thanks, Dovan.
But on this side, the water's just flowing out into this hallway.
This is much nicer.
So I guess I'll while I'm still here, I'll just sort of ease the water out of do my best to ease the water out of the room and try and control the flow so it doesn't all come out at once.
Alright. You opening this door, Noxie?
Yep.
Alright. You see before you. The doors to this room are made of bronze and are tinted to some kind of color from oxidation. With your dark vision, you can't quite tell. Just inside the doorway are 2 small alcoves. Each space... Oh, sorry, that's written from the other side. let me skip over to the hall itself, because it's written if you're coming from the other side to tell you about the alcoves. What you see before you is a central chamber, flooded. A dark, foul pool covers the entire floor. A central hall, flanked by narrow aisles, is defined by 2 rows of massive square columns. The walls appear to be coated with slime, and there are glowing silver lines etched across them. From what you can see of the chamber's walls, the stone appears to be crudely worked. 2 corroded bronze braziers stand in the pool. Toward the middle of the room, 2 broken urns, each appear to be once 4 feet tall, poke up out of the water, which means that the water itself is about 3 feet deep. In the darkness on the eastern wall appears to be an enormous growth of some kind of dark hue, which again you can't really tell because of the dark vision. And it's giving off the same kind of silvery gleam as the trails along the walls. That would be approximately here.
You can't tell what that is.
Not from where you're at.
Topaz, does it look like anything lives in there?
Does it look like anything lives in here?
Roll a nature check.
Sure does.
Yeah, hard to tell.
Probably snakes. That'd be my guess.
No, don't be mean. Snakes
Stefan.
won't be down here.
Get your tiny ass over here.
Yes, ma'am.
Probably the worst kind, giant sea serpents. They love dark water and vases.
Well,
Lulu, you know she's teasing you. You know this.
Anybody got any, I don't know, dancing lights or something so we can see some color?
Noxie.
I'll light up a torch.
Okay.
Yes?
Devin, as you flare the torch, you notice that the trails are not simply silver; they're green, as is the huge thing that Noxie's almost right next to, which, in response to your light, begins to move and uncurl itself.
Oh,
A giant slug opens up its eyes and looks down at you and begins to talk in the same language as you've been hearing. And that's where we're going to end for this week.
oh, great.
Oh boy.
Now, the bigger question is, are you guys, anybody going to be around next Wednesday, or are you guys already, in transit, doing anything, getting prepared for any holidays? I don't know where you guys are at in the world. I can't even tell by accents, because I'm, terrible at discerning certain accents in this neighbor of the world. So I don't know
I'll be good.
I don't know who's in the
Yeah.
States and who's in Canada and who's elsewhere that also has the same accent but doesn't share the same holidays.
The better question is anybody not gonna be here?
Yeah, that's the better question. Because I have the day off, so I'm doing all my Thanksgiving prep work earlier in the day, and then doing more cooking the next day. But that basically means I'll be ready for a break from my kitchen to do a D&D game at our normal time on next Wednesday. If I didn't get the day off, I would have been like, guys, I'm sorry, but I've got to prepare pie crusts and make sure the broth is ready and get the pumpkins roasted, all that good stuff. So, yeah, we'll pick up again with the giant slug next week.
I'm ready.
Ugh.